This map highlights a highly unstable political equilibrium. We are looking at a sprawling North American landscape divided by two distinct glowing faction nodes. One represents an isolated, hidden mutant population, and the other represents centralized human government hubs. The most radical mutant leaders are locked away in specialized prisons, while the rest survive by remaining completely invisible to mainstream society. That fragile status quo shatters in seconds. A shadowy mutant breaches the White House, teleporting rapidly through the hallways to launch a direct assassination attempt on the president. Military intelligence officer Colonel William Stryker immediately weaponizes the public panic surrounding this attack. He approaches the president and secures absolute legal clearance to investigate and raid Charles Xavier's school. Targeted engineered crises dissolve peace far faster than spontaneous uprisings. These manufactured events provide the exact leverage required to turn civilian fear into legally sanctioned aggression. Stryker executes a devastating military raid on the mutant school. Tactical soldiers swarm the grounds, kidnapping several children and successfully capturing Xavier himself. A small faction, including Logan, Rogue, Iceman, and Pyro, narrowly escapes the compound. Stripped of their base of operations and their leadership, they retreat to a civilian family home in Boston to regroup. The brief reprieve ends when a family member discovers their abilities and calls the authorities. Heavily armed Boston police quickly surround the house, forcing a violent standoff, where the mutants realize the entire state apparatus is hunting them down. This diagram illustrates Stryker's ultimate objective, a second Cerebro machine. As the central node expands rapidly outward, connecting the thousands of red dots, we see a system designed to locate and execute every single mutant on Earth simultaneously. By neutralizing mutant leadership and directing local law enforcement to pursue the survivors, the government eliminates any avenue for conventional survival. The remaining X-Men are forced into a corner where standard rules of engagement no longer apply. Out of sheer tactical necessity, the surviving X-Men make a desperate pivot. They form a temporary, highly volatile alliance with their ideological enemies, Magneto and Mystique. This schematic demonstrates how Stryker circumvents Xavier's incredible telepathic defenses by weaponizing his son, Jason. Jason's brain emits disruptive concentric wave patterns that intercept and completely override Xavier's neural pathways, bending the telepath to Stryker's will. The temporary alliance immediately executes an infiltration of Stryker's Alkali Lake facility. Mystique utilizes her shape-shifting abilities to disguise herself as Logan, bypassing the heavy external security to let the rest of the mutants inside. Deep inside the base, Logan finds the armory. He discovers it is an adamantium smelting facility where Stryker previously tortured him. He grafted the metal to his skeleton. Now, Logan engages in a brutal confrontation to protect the teen's advance. Simultaneously, Nightcrawler and Storm navigate the lower levels, locating the holding cells and extracting the captive students from the facility. While a game theory alliance works perfectly for executing tactical infiltrations, it requires turning your back on hostile actors. The X-Men expose themselves to the extreme hidden agendas of their new allies. The facility is breached, presenting a moment of false victory. Magneto and Mystique reach the dark Cerebro machine before the X-Men can secure the room. Magneto initiates a profound betrayal. He stops the machine, but instead of destroying the weapon of mass destruction, he recalibrates it for his own use. The targeting interface updates instantly. Every red mutant marker vanishes, replaced by an overwhelming field of blue dots representing the global human population. Look at the grid as it begins flashing rapidly in unison. The system-wide execution command is locking in. Magneto has Mystique disguise herself as Stryker to command Jason, forcing Xavier to reverse the machine's polarity. The X-Men realize they must immediately abandon their fight against their human oppressors and attack the mutant rescuer who just saved them. This double-cross proves that radicalism operates as a closed loop. Despite fighting on opposite sides of the war, Magneto and Stryker rely on the exact same methods, willing to commit total genocide to secure dominance for their respective factions. Nightcrawler teleports Storm directly into the Cerebro chamber. She immediately generates a localized blizzard, dropping the temperature to physically break Jason's illusion, shattering his concentration and freeing Xavier's mind. The intense battles taking place throughout Alkali Lake cause a catastrophic structural failure. The massive concrete dam wall begins cracking under extreme pressure, allowing violent jets of water to tear through the facility. As the mutants evacuate, their jet loses power. They are grounded on the spillway, trapped squarely in the path of the millions of gallons of water rushing toward them. Jean Grey exits the aircraft to execute the ultimate sacrifice. She pushes her highly unstable telekinetic powers to their absolute breaking point, physically holding back the massive wall of water just long enough to launch the jet, giving up her own life to ensure their escape. Theoretical alliances allow factions to win individual battles, but preserving innocent lives against entrenched radicalism ultimately demands immense, permanent, personal sacrifice. The surviving X-Men travel directly to the Oval Office. They confront the president, bypassing military channels to personally deliver Stryker's heavily classified files right to his desk. They leverage this evidence to issue a unified ultimatum. Rather than using Stryker's crimes to declare open war, they demand human-mutant peace, offering a final opportunity for coexistence. In the flooded ruins of Alkali Lake, a fiery, glowing bird expands slowly beneath the dark water. Jean Grey's sacrifice survived the pressure of the dam, evolving into a new, more volatile shape beneath the surface. True peace avoids the mechanics of dominance entirely. It is a fragile, ongoing truce, one that requires constant negotiation and often births unexpected evolutions from the ashes of conflict.
And that's how the incredible story comes to an end. Every decision, every sacrifice, and every battle led to this unforgettable finale. If you enjoyed this movie recap, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more detailed movie explanations and cinematic story recaps. Also, hit the notification bell so you'll be the first to know whenever we upload a new video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next movie recap.